Good morning, grade 9. Today we are going to start chapter 3, plants. Lesson 1 in chapter 3, what is a plant? All of you remember with me now, we mentioned eukaryotes. Yes, eukaryotes, 4 kingdoms: protists, fungi, plant and animal. Protists, fungi, plant and animal. We mentioned before protists kingdom, protists kingdom and fungi kingdom, and today we are going to start the third kingdom, that are eukaryote plants. What are plants? When we speak about plant, I mean autotrophs. I mean autotrophs. All plants are autotrophs. Yes? Organisms that produce their own food. So, autotroph equal produce own food. With the exception of some green algae, because when we spoke about protists and spoke about protists like plant, we mentioned the algae. Yes, red algae and the brown algae. And we mentioned some types of algae heterotroph or cannot make its own food and depend on the surrounding area for food. Okay? So, number 1, all plants are autotrophs. Plant, eukaryotes. All plants are many-celled. Many-celled means multicellular. When we speak about plant, directly, all the cells of plants are surrounded by cell walls. So, autotrophs, multicellular cell wall, and sure eukaryotes. Okay? As I told you, photosynthesis process is the way or is the process by which plant make its own food. Yes? So photosynthesis is a process by which a plant uses carbon dioxide gas and water and sunlight, or in presence of sunlight, to make food and oxygen. Yes, this is photosynthesis process. Plants are multicellular. Its cells are organized into tissues. Multicellular, so a lot of cells. These cells organized like this tissue in onion plant, organized like this. The cells have rectangular shape or boxes or rooms like this. This is definition due to cell wall. The cell wall give a definite shape for plant cell. Yes? So what's meant by tissues? Group of cells or group of similar cells. We have where the plant have a lot of tissues. The tissues of stem differs than the tissues of root, differs than the tissues of leaves, and so on. Like a human being or animal, the tissues in animal, tissues of lung, differ than tissues of kidney, differs than tissues of uroscan, differs than tissues of stomach, and so on. So, tissues are group of similar cells that perform a specific function. The function of stem completely differs than function of root, completely differs than function of leaves, and so on. Okay? Move to the plant cells structures. We have 3 main structures for plant cell. Number 1, cell wall. As I told you, cell wall give a definite shape for a plant cell, surround cell membrane and separate the cell from the environment. Separate the cell from the environment. Cell wall made of cellulose. That makes the walls rigid. Look at cell wall in the cell plant. This is cell wall. Yes, look, this is cell wall. This side, cell wall, give a definite shape for plant cell Yes, and protect it and separate it from the environment. This cell wall made of cellulose that make it rigid. So when we eat apple or carrot or cucumber, I feel crunchy, بيقرمش. Cell walls make the action or the effect of crunchy. Yes, make apples and carrots crunchy. Number 2, the main structures that characterize plant cell chloroplasts. So number 1, the main structures that characterize plant cell wall. Second structure, chloroplasts. Chloroplasts are structures which look like green jelly beans in which food is made. Which look like green jelly beans in which food is made. This is chloroplasts. Inside chloroplast is green pigment. This is make chloroplasts look green. Okay, so this is pigment called the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is green pigment found in chloroplasts. The chloroplast is responsible for absorbing sunlight, and inside it food is made. Yes, so chloroplasts are a structure which look like green jelly beans in which food is made. So chloroplasts act as a factory for plant cell. Factory. Inside it food is made. Third structure, vacuole. Vacuole, large vacuole that characterize plant cell. This vacuole is a sac that store water and wastes and food, and they can expand and they can shrink according to the amount of water. Yes, when the plant wilts, this means no enough water. Yes, so a plant wilt when too much water has left its vacuole. Yes, so I did now with you 3 main structures: cell wall, chloroplasts, vacuole. For plants to survive on lands, for plants to survive on land, the plant need way to obtain water, ways to obtain water from their surroundings. Number 2, after gaining water, retain water. Retain, how to keep water. Number 3, support their bodies. Support. Yes. Number 4, transport materials. Need system to transport food and water. 5, reproduce to keep its kind. Yes. A plant is a living thing. Yes. So it must reproduce to keep its kind. Number 1, retaining water. Keep water. One adaptation that helps a plant to reduce water loss. We mentioned now water kept in a vacuum. How plant keep the amount of water. Yes, the surface of the plant leaf, look at the surface of the plant leaf. In each leaf, this surface is waxy, waterproof layer covered it, called the cuticle. This is made of waxy substance that slows reducing or releasing the water from plant surface. Yes, it's made of waxy substance that slows the release of water from plant surface. Number 2, the plant needs support. Yes, support through a system in its stem. This system support the plant. Yes, and transport materials, water and food. Yes, so support cell walls and tissue, strengthen and support large bodies of plant. Transporting material, we mentioned what transporting materials. I mean vascular tissue. Look at this plant, look at the stem, the tube inside this stem, tube-like structures. These responsible about transferring materials, food and water through vascular tissue. Yes, the vascular tissue inside the stem. So transporting materials, plant need to transport water, minerals and food through vascular tissue is a system of tube-like structures inside a plant through which water, minerals and food move. Reproduction can only occur for algae and other plants if there is water in the environment. طب if no water, the sperm can also move through air and wind from plant to plant and reproduction occur. So reproduction in water, this is for algae and some types of plant, but other type of plant can reproduce through sperm cells that move from male organs to female organs. Yes, this is the way how the plant keep its kind through reproduction. So the plant survive through retaining water, through transporting material through vascular tissue and reproduction. In second lesson, we move to second lesson, we will speak about the vascular tissue or the system that transport material. Okay, thank you all of you.